Well, good evening, everybody, or good morning, or afternoon, wherever you may be. It's great to be back again in the shed, doing a wee bit of work. I've been missing for a few weeks, but I was glad I took a wee bit of time out to get myself right in the head again, as you do. Trying to do too much, and I was just constantly going, "What am I going to do? What am I going to do?" I just couldn't rectify what I was going to do. Anyway, I'm back, and to break myself in gently tonight, I'm going to make a wee bud vase, and I have this piece of timber. I was given this; it was free. There are skids from lorries that cart stuff, forklifts and stuff, and I was told the guy who gave me it told me it was a piece of banana wood. Now, I've never heard of banana wood, but I can tell you this: it's heavy. It almost looks like uh, oak, but I don't know. But anyway, that's enough of me. I'll bring my earworm in for this evening, which is Doug.
Hello, boys
Hello,
and
Doug.
girls. Howdy do.
There's Doug.
Oh, always good to see everybody here today.
So, so welcome along, everybody. So I'll put him back in the background, and in a wee minute he can tell me who's all in the chat. So tonight, what we're doing is a wee bud vase. I thought I'd ease myself in gently uh, to something not small, but there's a fair bit of wee work involved in it, and we'll just change that camera, or not that one. That one's better. So we're going to mount this between centers, guys, and uh, uh, and then we'll get a chucking point on it after we have rounded this down into a cylinder. There's a number of different ways we can find a center or something. Uh, you can do it with your finger, sort of way, you know, turn it around that way and go. But you have to remember to keep your finger the same distance. So somewhere in the center there is the center. And so it doesn't really matter as long as you're not turning something that relies on accuracy. You would just turn the cylinder and then that moved. You know, you can usually rough it out. You can usually tell too because it's longer in this length than it is in breadth, so it's not going to be square anyway. But anyway, I will get this chucked up, and Doug will tell me who's in tonight.
All right, we can certainly do that. It's an interesting wood. I'm looking forward to seeing what it reveals when you get it turned a little bit. And so let's start at the top of the chat here. I'm in the live chat, so if you haven't commented, I probably won't see your name. So make sure you comment. Pete of Twisted Trees is here. He was first in today, and then Chris Charlton was here. Roger Kent is in today. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks is in. MB Wood Turning is here. Just keep going down the page. Albert Dawson is in. Good to see you today, Al. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks is in. Paul Norfolk. Uh, Paul Norfolk Hunter. Paul, it's good to see you. I think this may be the first time you've been in, but we're glad to have you. Spun by Green Jeans. Hello, Spun by Green Jeans, whatever we're going to call you. Chris Charlton is in. Glad to have you, Chris. Old Man River Woodturner. Dale is here. Go on down. We have Vinny. Let's see, Vinny Charlton. We didn't say Vinny already. Good to have you, Vinny. Stephen M. Glad to have you, Stephen. Matt Ibbotson. Glad to have you. Jennifer's Craft and Creations. Hello, Miss Jennifer. So glad to see you today. And I think that's got us at the bottom of the page. Good to have
Yeah,
everybody.
great. Welcome along, everyone, and to any people that's new to my channel, thank you for tuning in. You might learn something, you might not. You never know. Anyway, we're just going to get this down the round, and I'm going to use bull gouge. So we'll just get the speed up. We don't know what it's like for balance, but you usually can tell when you turn your lathe up and try and increase the speed that it starts to vibrate a wee bit. So if it does that, just back it off a wee bit. You don't want to be getting hit up the face with a big lump of wood. Not that, especially not this bit, because it's quite heavy. Do do do.
Some of you folks who haven't been around, Paul's been out for about 6 weeks, hasn't turned. So this is kind of a first turning back, and this is going to be a challenging piece of wood. I think it looks like it's heavy and dense, and
It's very hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're
all
just
I'm
see how
doing
it
is
comes
trying
out.
to remove timber here.
I know from a couple of breaks that I've taken in the past, coming back, it's I was telling Paul a while ago, you get used to just reaching out and grabbing something, and now after a little break, you have to look, and where you thought it was is not where it is. It's not because
See
it's
if we can
been
get the
moved.
speed up.
You've forgotten where it is. You just forget. Just forget.
So we'll just stop that and see how well we're progressing. So you can see, I knew there was a few cracks on that side, but I already turned a piece of this afternoon and to do a practice piece on to see how it performed, and it's okay. It didn't fall apart.
Practice? What's that?
So I'm using the wing of the gouge here. I'm going in and taking a big cut.
All right, Jennifer has asked, what wood is it and what are you making? So Jennifer, it's been given
Well,
to him and told it was banana wood. We're not sure if that's actually what it is or not. And Paul's going to attempt to make a bud vase.
Matt's in the chat, so he gave me it. So, and he said it was banana wood.
Okay, all right, Matt. Todd said, as the doctor said, malpractice makes malperfect. I'm not sure that's a good thing, Todd.
We're almost the round there, so just
Yeah.
move the tool rest in again.
You're welcome, Jennifer. I have to laugh at Todd's statement there. Paul and I were just talking just before he came live about going to the doctors and getting into the doctors and all that kind of thing. And it's medical systems worldwide are not what they ought to be.
I think that's round now. Okay, as you can see, it's quite plain looking. There's a bit of color on it. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, okay? But so we're going to put a tannin on this sand so we can get it in shook. Just a beading and parting tool.
Todd said he got a text just now from a doctor about paying a bill, but they never gave him any paperwork when he left the office. Yeah, you should, especially if you're going to have to pay something, you ought to get something from them. Matt said he investigated and it's nothing to do with the tree, but the mills call it that. Three
All
different
right.
trees from South America somewhere. Good, Matt. I'm glad you said that. I have seen somebody else turning some wood that they said was banana wood, and now that makes sense that it just some random trees there in South America and they're calling it banana wood. JP Woodwork has joined us. Hey, 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 JP. Glad to have you.
Well, I can tell you it's very hard and it's quite heavy for that wee piece of timber.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't give you a measurement of it, but I'll give you a measurement now. So it's 6.5 inches long and it's over almost 3 inches wide. Okay. So we're going to keep the bulk of the size here and we're going to turn this down to make a bud vase.
Dale said there's not enough doctors to go around. They're so overbooked. You may be right. May be right.
So I'm just going to remove some of the timber from here. It's waste.
JP has said, don't you get banana wood from Home Depot? A lot of the wood I've gotten from Home Depot, JP, it might as well be banana wood. It looked like a banana, so crooked. I think the last time I went and bought any lumber of any amount, there was the size of the wood I was wanting. There was a full pallet of stuff people had pulled out and set on an empty pallet. There was more bad wood lumber than there was good lumber. If I could have used the bad stuff, I would have gotten a manager over there and
I'm just going
offered
to
him a bottom dollar.
A no cut line, as Pete says. I like
There
to
you
use
go.
all the wood, but I'm starting to heed Pete. Put a no cut line.
Well, it gives you a place to part it off when you get done. So
Yep.
Matt agreed. Yes, it's hard and heavy wood. Yeah.
So that'll do me. So can't go past that. Anyway.
Looks like it's cutting good.
It really nice shavings off it.
Yeah.
You know. Well, it definitely doesn't smell like oak, so it's not that.
Okay.
But as you can see, those shavings are quite light in color, but in some parts of it, it's dark. We shave an wee small piece over here somewhere. Yeah.
Pete said, "Glad to hear it, Paul. No cut lines rock."
So there's another piece of it there. It's the grain more or less it's quite a straight across. So it's been probably quarter sawn or nearly somewhere directions. Anyway, who cares? We like free wood,
There you go.
And when it's free, you take it. Not right, Matt?
Oh, always.
Right.
JP says he.
Oh.
You got loose?
Fell out. That must have got loose.
JP says he likes to keep the leftover tenons in a box and use them for glue blocks. Absolutely.
Yeah,
if you
I
have
do
them,
that.
If you leave yourself enough room, make that cut line and leave yourself enough room, that leftover tenon becomes a terrific glue block.
Just checking that was running through again after it fell out. I think I forgot to tighten up when I put brought the tailstock up at the start. See if I'm getting.
Well, you might
I
have.
am getting things already. You know,
Sure.
It's been too long. Now, where's that bloody thing? Oh, there's it. Yeah. Look,
And Matt thinks there's a lot of tannin in this wood because it does turn black under the steel,
is that right? Oh,
which makes sense. Yeah.
I can't say I've noticed yet. So we're going to drill the center out of this, or to take. So this wee bud vase, it can be an artificial one, and you can put artificial flowers on it, or you put a wee test tube down the center of it. You can put a wee bit of water in it and put your favorite flower in it every morning. You know, so that's where we're going with that.
Okay.
So we'll turn the speed down. We're going to be drilling a hole. I'll just bring that round to you.
Matt says it's hard, it's heavy, and he's taking it home even if he doesn't have shelf space left. I don't blame you, Matt. I think I would too.
Oh, take it home with you. Well, it's good for turning. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it. So there's nothing wrong with it.
And because
Just
it's free, if you wanted to use it for practice, it's always good for that too.
it's got a couple of wee shakes in it at the bottom. There's the one I made this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's got a couple of wee cracks in it, but it polished up quite nicely. Sounded nice.
Pete says the best reason for a no-cut line is that you get to visualize the shape better without needing to leave the chuck jaws as a base. Absolutely, Pete. Absolutely. I've messed up the shape of a piece or two because I didn't use a no-cut line and I had to cut into my shape just that 1/8 of an inch more than I wanted to. So.
And a bit of safety in mind when you're using the Jacob's chuck. When you get in so far, always retract it. Keep your hand on the chuck because it could jam up and it could come out of the quill. And when you're retracting it, and then the next thing you think things swing around, a big bit of metal.
Yeah, that's a scary thought.
I seen that happen one night. Demo. That's not nice. Lucky enough, we didn't get hit with it, you know, but yes, I wouldn't fancy getting hit up the face with that.
Right, right.
We'll just blow the shavings out. Just sort of up my limit on this wee Forstner bit. So I've just taken it out of the chuck a wee bit more to get a wee bit of extra length on it. And then
Rob, the professor, has joined us. Hello, Rob.
Hi, Rob. Right. So we'll take that out of that. Get rid of that because it's good at poking you in the elbow if you don't. So I just want to get spindle gouge here, and we're going to go straight up the center and drill the rest of this. Turn the speed up. And it's quite hard because it's on the end grain.
Jennifer says it's really nice to see you back again, Paul. I totally agree.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Totally agree. Been missing it. She reminds everybody, please don't forget the thumbs up. That's an absolute, yes. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up.
Just see how long we've got that. So it's sort of where there. That's near enough, long enough, but it's nowhere near the right width. So if you find yourself you can't get right down to your depth where you're forcing a bit, you can put your chisel in on center and push it right down. Just move there one eye. And you can drill the hole with your chisel. Right, we'll just try this wee test tube in and see if it's anywhere near. A wee bit more. I'm going to try and put the beating and parting tool. What tends to happen at the bottom of it? All the fibers are collected at the bottom when you push the forcer bit in. So you're not getting them all out because the tip of your thing, it's not getting the hold of them. So I'm going to use the beating and parting tool just to go down the side well, and hopefully I'll be able to catch them and they'll come out. And it helps if you can see down to see what it's like. So I have a wee light here, so you can get down there and have a wee look to see. They can see the very bottom, and as what I thought, all the fibers are collected at the very bottom, where the forcer bit has forced them down.
Right.
Let's see if I can get that. All that needed is in past the actual top of that. So a wee bit more of putting around with it, trying to get. I'm just gonna get a bigger spindle gouge here, because it's and if you're doing this, you do need to hang on to the chisel.
Yes. It can get stuck in the wood too, can't it?
Yeah.
That gouge starts spinning around. Sometimes it can be hard to do anything with it.
I think that might have done the trick. Well, I don't want to put. Where's the wee lid? We'll put that in. I might be able to get it back out again. Oh yes, that's fine. Oh. That one stuck. Come out. Got it. Right. Okay, so now we want to form the top of our wee bud vase. So we're going to widen the mouth out a wee bit. Oh, that's a nice crack, isn't it?
Yeah.
That sort of appeared there just suddenly. So I'm going to put some CA in that, because I don't like it like that. And the only thing I don't have any, what do you call it? Hardener.
Oh, the
Well, most of this
accelerator.
will be coming away. Accelerator. Most of this will be coming away, so that's why I wasn't too initially when I turned the first one about the cracks, because most of that will come away, because it only goes down to here. So we're going down past that. So I'll let that glue get back down in there. I'll probably turn it all away, you know. That's one of them things I had to get, accelerator. I forgot. That's because I'm out of the shed for a
There you
number
go.
of weeks, you know. You
No,
forget what you're.
I would rather put accelerator or glue into a crack like that and be sure of what I've got than to not use it and need it later.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, I don't want it spinning round and glue going all over the place and hitting me as well. So I'll just widen this up out a wee bit. You can smell it now, but the glue.
mm. Hello, Thurston. Thurston Peterson is in with us.
Right, I'm just going to bring the heel stick back up and we'll put the live center in that to hold that. And I'll put a wee bit of paper. Right, okay. So we're going to bring this down, form the neck of this, and go on. We don't need that, so put that back. So back to the wool gouge.
Now, Paul, do you just like the bowl gouge better than the spindle gouge?
What's that, Doug?
Do you like the bowl gouge better than the spindle gouge?
Yep, yep. You can give it so much more abuse.
Yeah, that you can. And from such a minor difference in shape, it's
Especially if you're just roughing it down, you know, take a timber away. I would
mm-hmm.
use the wool gouge and then to refine it, let's go back to the spindle gouge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I think anyway.
Robert Boltwood has joined us. Hello, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
Johnny Foster has joined us. How you doing, Johnny?
So we're just trying to get the initial shape on looking. Just removing timber. And you need to keep an eye on your wall thickness. Remember, you have drilled the center out of that. So just keep in mind you have that. So there's the end of that crack. So the crack's totally turned away. So what I thought. So
Good.
I'm just going to try and clean that up now. Try and get rid of that wee bit. You just see that wee bit there at the end. So if you're going to check something like that, always stop the lathe. Don't stick your finger in it. You caught in there, and all sorts of things bad things will happen. You know.
I'd say.
Just having to take a wee bit more off when I wanted, because it was still there. Yeah, I don't think I was going to get it, but we'll try. Let's have another look at that. Oh, just there, you can just see it. Oh, if people fix that, okay. Well, it's still got a good bit of timber on the wall thickness, so just have to keep that in mind when you're going down and out. So I'm going to switch over to my what's the name of this tool ball? I can't remember. Oh dear. Round nose scraper, guys. I am forgetting all the names of the tools. Round nose scraper. I just feel I can do a bit more shaping with this, and I can have better control over it. So if you're going to use a scraper and it's not negative rake, you need to lift the tool rest up above center.
TF Turning has joined us. How you doing, Tim?
I can't. We're wanting to put a slight curve into that. Keeping in mind that's a hollow center up that. You go too far, it'll be a bigger hole. Well, still, according to my finger, it's quite stable yet. Put that back over in the overhead for you.
Karsten has asked a question that I cannot answer. He says he got an email from Record Power today announcing a new chuck. One of the options that they mentioned is M33 by 3.5 ASR. Does anyone know what the ASR bit is about?
Never heard of that. SR?
ASR, yeah.
Somebody done a demo on the new chuck from Record Power there.
Yes.
Was it Mike Holton done a demo on it?
Yes, he did. Yes, he sure did. I don't think he mentioned that either.
No, I don't remember him saying anything about that.
Karsten, you may want to go watch Mike Holden's video on it. Yeah, it's the adaptable quick change drilling chuck. It's a good looking chuck. Oh, Pete says the ASR is the locking ring system for reverse turning. Gotcha. Yes.
Just when you think you've got rid of that wee crack, it sort of shows up again.
All right. Johnny Foster's got to go. He'll be back and watch the video later. Good to see you, Johnny. Have a good
All the best,
afternoon.
Johnny. I think I got it that time. So we'll just clean that up. That was sand quite nicely. Okay. So we need to do a wee bit of shaping here to this. So go back over the spindle gouge.
Hmm. So Tim has said that he can't wait for his Record Power Regent. A few jobs need to happen first, though, like a new window and insulating the shop. Once that's done,
Yeah,
we're
it's
on.
a nice lathe.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So quiet. Wouldn't believe how quiet they are.
I tell you what, I've been pretty amazed here lately. A lot of the lathes look really, really good, and I've used several around recently that are just so quiet. Did a demo week and a half ago at a store, and I was using their lathe. It was a Laguna, and everybody that came in during that demo, they said, "Can't believe how quiet that lathe is," and it really is. It's just virtually silent. Pretty crazy.
Just inserting my no cut line again because I came down to it there.
He says that's what he's looking for the most. That the axe master he's using is deafening him. Oh, yes. And extra power, he says. Yes, more power, quiet. You'll wonder how you ever got along without those two things.
So just trying to form the shape here. Just using the spindle gouge over on its edge with the scraper just to blend that in. There's a couple of wee bumps there.
Pete said he was using a very silent lathe Friday. Then he remembered to turn the power on. Yeah, they're quieter without the power on, aren't they? I can't hear mine running now at all.
Just going to check my depths here again. It'd be terrible if I went through that. I think I'm okay. I haven't very much more to take off. Just want to. There's a wee bump here. Change over to a sharper chisel. Just have a look at that. I think it's a wee cracks I can figure out is. Those wee cracks are, I can feel it. The roughness when it's spinning. I thought it was a wee bump, but it's not. It's the way that's cracked, but yeah, it's okay. Right, that should sound okay. Right, we'll sound that and see what it's like. I'm just going to bring that tailstock up again. A wee bit of support. Put a wee bit of do 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 do.
Dale said he'd like to have a bigger and better lathe. It's just not in the budget. How well I understand, Dale. Two things I would suggest to you as I would suggest to anybody that was in the market or wanting to get into the market, save your pennies like crazy. You get a few dollars together, you start looking marketplace and other places where you might find a used one. Have an idea what you're looking for, and then just be patient. When the right lathe comes along at the right price, you jump on it. You don't wait. Lathes don't last long in the used market.
Once you go on up in marketplace, it sort of goes straight away.
Yes, they do. Dale, you're familiar with DACA. He just got that new one way, and he got a great price on it. But that's how he did it. He had his money ready, and when it came up in marketplace, he was able to jump on it at because it was at the right price. Pete says my lathe is big and better. Just need a bigger workshop to add more stuff. How well I understand. My wife just came to the back door of my shop a few minutes ago, needing me to let her in. She'd gone out and locked herself out. Coming in through the door, she says, "How do you get through here?" I said, "I don't. I don't use that door." But that area back by that door has got to get cleaned out here soon. If there was an emergency, I'd be stuck. Yeah, have a bigger shop, you can store more garbage, more trash. And we all
That's
need
true.
more. We all need more because every time you get rid of stuff, you look for it, right?
But a bigger shop means you buy more tools
That too.
as well.
Yeah. If my shop was double what it is right now, I could actually organize all my wood that I've got in here and my tools, and then I'd be looking for more space. Oh, it's just piled right now. I've got 2 tables piled up. I got a table saw piled up. My toolbox is piled up. Um, it just goes on and on.
Do not put your finger in there to sand that.
Uh,
By the way,
and what you're doing works so well. Just
yeah.
a pencil
But
or a
there's
dowel.
no there's nobody going to get in there to see it.
Right, right. But it works good.
Especially when the tube's in it.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt says his one and only door is like that. It's trashed up like mine is. At least that's only the back door. I can get into the rest of the basement without any problem. But getting through that back door depends on which end. From the end I'm at now, it's not a problem. I've got an aisleway to that door. But from the other side of the basement, I can't get to that back door. It's just full of cutoffs where I was trimming up wood and I haven't had the opportunity to take it out and burn it just yet. But I need to trim a bunch of wood too. I got wood outside. I've got to get inside. And I've got to trim it up before I do that. Yeah, Dale, I did that for years. Was turning on a mini lathe. Mine's only my mini lathe's only 8-inch swing. And belt, well, it is variable speed. But I went from that to my 16-inch belt drive that was so happy when I got variable speed on it. Jim Selby has joined us from Jacksonville, Florida. How you doing, Jim?
Hi, Jim. Welcome along. I think I'm going to have to clean that out again. There must be a load of... I took a bit off that, didn't I? That's why it's a wee bit... won't go in. So we'll have to do a wee bit of... I feel it's as if it's full of shavings.
Matt says half his doorway is wood posts leaning on the wall, blocking it. Oh, Matt, yes, yes. I had that issue. I have moved some stuff and done some rearranging so I could use not only the door but some other equipment that was being blocked, and it just showed me how bad it really was. So I've got to clear all that out. I'll spend an afternoon here. Maybe later this week it'll be warm enough I can do that.
That should go in there now. Try the pencil in first. Oh, there's loads of room. Scared of putting it in, I can't get it back out again. I don't want to put it in yet. So I don't. Yeah, I'll go in. No problem. Right. Right, we'll get this. We grab the sand sealer on that.
Pete's got planks in the kitchen. Lisa's out of town at the moment, or away from home at the moment. 3 planks in the kitchen.
It's
Pete, you might want to take care of that.
Just apply some sand sealer to that. Even though that's from the same piece of skid, it's far later than the other piece that's sitting in front of me here. You'll see it in a wee minute when I put the two of them next to each other.
Well, as Matt was telling us, since that could be any of 3 or 4 different woods, who knows? It may be a totally different wood.
Some Yorkshire grit.
If your all skids or anything like ours, they could be woods from anywhere in the world, all in one pallet.
Yeah, we've had some nice ones. We've got the hold of.
Yeah.
Some nice cherry in some of them, and I think some of them were. Most of them were pine, but you get some of them on their oak or something like oak, but they're very hard, and you usually find they're full of grip because they get a lot of abuse with their the bean, So you just have to be careful that way.
Yeah. My dad picked up a pallet off the side of the road one time. Come to find out, it was African walnut. Hard, beautiful wood, but it was super hard. Turned very nicely, but run a saw blade through it and it would burn every time.
Yeah. That's a bit like that African hardwood we have. We got a load of, they call it Bogasi. One of the members from the club, he was servicing this factory's fire extinguishers when he spotted a big skip out the back, one of the big tall ones, and it was full of all this timber sticking out of it. And he went over and had a look at it, and it was all this hardwood. And apparently, they were bringing in stuff. Well, they brought in, the windmills, those big things, the sail or electricity. They were bringing those in, doing Iron and Iron on with those, and the company that transported it didn't want the timber back, and apparently it spent something like $160,000 on it, the timber, and it was all going to landfill.
Oh my goodness!
And we managed to get it all, well, most of it. We went down a couple of trailers and a lorry, and we lifted everything out of the skip and everything that they had. It's not a very nice timber to turn, but it does turn well and it does sound well, but it's very hard and dusty, and it smells. That's the only bad thing about it. It smells like dog's cat's pee,
Right.
It stinks. It stinks to high heaven, like. You be in your workshop, and I see if you walked in the house, and your wife said, "What's that awful smell?"
Right, right.
That's you. You could take it into the house with you. You know, it would linger.
Mm. Dale, I'm so sorry. He had an opportunity. He could have bought one that the club was selling from an estate. They just wanted a good home for it, but he didn't have what it took to get the 240 electric added to his shop. Dale, I'm sorry I don't live closer. I ran my own 240 here in my shop. It's not that hard.
That's not that hard, I don't think.
No, it's not. Um,
So
it's
just
a
applying
simple
some
task.
microcrystalline wax to that. Not that. Spin a minute. Give it a chance to dry up. We'll get a piece of cloth. We'll speed that up. This wee vase is a lot lot plainer than the other piece. It's more figure than in the other one. You'll see it when I put the both together. I didn't make this one the exact same as the other one, so you will be a difference in it. I wasn't making two of anything. I only make one of everything.
Michael McEwen is in. Hello, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
You saying all that, Paul? You just reminded me. I've got to retrain my ear a little bit. It's been too long since I've heard you with some of your
Sense.
ways of pronouncing some words, and I've got to retrain myself to hear those. I say together. You say together.
Together.
There's no th in the middle of there, like how I say it.
Right.
Oh,
That's part of the decoration. Right. We'll just part this off and
it looks pretty good. I tell you what.
just undercutting it slightly. Just slow the lathe down a wee bit. Down below 1,000 RPM would be better. Around about 700 would be. 700 is fine. And off it comes. Right, I'll just get the drill and get this wee bit off the bottom of it. Just put a wee taste of wax on the bottom of that, just to finish it off. Okay. So that's that one. I just put our tube in that. I put our wee flowers in that. And tailstock. So. So there we are. Wee bud vias with test tube for putting live flowers, and there's the other one I done this afternoon. So they're slightly, that one's slightly thicker, but you get the idea. It's where am I going? Oh, keep a camera on it. There you are, guys. What's happened?
Nothing. Everything's good.
Oh, I thought I lost you, sir. It's just a quiet.
I was just being quiet. I was trying to get my link copied so I could drop it in the.
It is a
in
nice
the,
timber, whatever it is.
It
And,
really is.
And there's nice streaks in it. Just apart from those wee shakes in it.
Right.
You know,
You know,
think
it would be.
adds-
I think it'd be neat to get a piece of that wasn't quite so dried out.
yeah.
Cap K has joined us. Hello, Cap.
So there's two wee bud vases made of an unknown South American hardwood, I would say, and with a wee chest tube inside for putting wee live flowers for when you're sitting down to your breakfast in the morning. You can have something nice to look at.
There
you know?
go.
So
Perfect.
that got me into my first live for over 6 weeks.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
just something to start me in. Nothing too fancy about it. It's just a straightforward wee bud vase, and there's not a lot of turning involved in it really, but it's just what you make it, you know.
Mhm.
So anyway, guys, I will bring Doug back in, and
Here we
there
are.
there he is. And there, where am I? No, facing me. There's
There you
me
go.
there. There's me there. So there you go. First live was this year, I can say, because it is.
I'd say you
And
did an excellent job.
and I look forward to seeing us on next Monday, and hopefully everything will be well. And it's warm in here tonight.
There you go.
Uh,
I meant to ask a while ago what everybody's weather was like.
Well, we had a sort of an average day here.
Okay.
It was dry, not too cold. It's been good. Apart from the big storm we had, I had a bit of damage to the house.
Did you?
Two bricks came out of the chimney,
Hmm.
and 3 roof tiles off, and my gutter in the front of the house came off. So,
My
and
goodness.
it was a bad storm here. We had
Yeah.
a red warning for structural damage, and
Yeah.
there was a hell of a lot of trees fell down too.
Hmm.
So there was
That's when
people
you
were
get your
killed.
chainsaw out and
Yeah,
go grab some
but
wood.
you have to friggin' dry it all. You know, it takes
Yeah,
ages.
that's true. Well, you cut
Anyway.
it into bowl blanks and then you rough turn it while it's green,
Yep, you can
and
do that.
then it dries a lot quicker
Yeah.
and dries better.
So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed that wee
That was an
demo
excellent
tonight.
job. You did a good job.
Yeah.
Michael McEwen says he's got a couple of inches of snow, which is more than they usually get all winter. The streets are gridlocked because of the idiots with summer tires. Yeah, that's the whole thing
Well,
with snow here. Nobody knows how to drive in the snow, and so
no.
a little bit of snow and
Well, you
they have
see,
wrecks all over the
the
place.
problem over here, Doug, if we get snow, it sort of knocks everything down
Yeah.
because nobody can drive in it. We're
Right.
not used to snow, you know.
Yeah, we don't get
Yeah.
enough to get used to it, but people get out and drive in it anyway. And
Oh yeah, some people do when they're warned against it, and
yeah,
especially storms, they're warned against it too. But they still go out. That's just nature. You to go out there. Oh, I'll go out today and see what happens. You know.
we'll see how slick it really is. Yeah.
Yeah. Then if you get back on one piece, nothing happened. Great.
Lots of good compliments on your work, and Michael said he was out had no issues, but sat in traffic for over an hour. Yeah, because some silly person got out and didn't know how to drive in the snow. And he lives in Canada, so
Yeah, well,
but
you
they
would
do the
think
same thing here in Kentucky.
the Canadians should know better. You
You would
know,
think. You would
they
think.
get plenty of snow. You
Yeah.
know.
Paul
Well,
says
anyway,
nice
guys,
journey.
I'm going to say good night, and Douglas will say good night,
Good
and
night.
I hope to see you all next week. And
Excellent.
I'm just going over here to the computer to switch the button off. Where is the button?
All right.
Oh yeah, there's it there. End stream. Okay, guys, I'll see you all next week, and
Bye-bye. Hope to see you
hopefully
tomorrow.
everybody will. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
And